Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, me, my dog and books. I'm Johanna, for anyone who doesn't know me. Why would you? And welcome back to another weekend reading vlog. I've got my coffee and ambience, the YouTube ambience is on, and I've got a couple of my books to talk to you about. So, what is going to be happening in this weekend's reading vlog? Are you squint? Probably my phone holder. Well, it's a quieter weekend than the last few ones. Because we have no one staying with us this weekend. Oh, excuse me. And it's a bank holiday weekend. Hold on, maybe. It's a bank holiday weekend. On Monday, so it's technically a long weekend, which technically I don't get, but my holidays are rolled in, so I can take it. So I've just taken the Monday off. I'm just taking a not very well leaf off my plant. I can't help myself, honestly. Need a wee water. It's my okay. It's one of my favourite plants. It sits right at the window. It loves it there. Anyway, sorry, distracted. It's very early on a Saturday morning, as per usual. I'm the only one up. The doggos have been up and out just the back garden for the toilet, and they're currently upstairs lying with me. So at the moment, I'm drinking a cup of coffee, mostly decaf. I make a pot of it and I make it mostly decaf before I get onto the books. This week's been a bit of a challenging one in work, not because of my work per se, but just some health stuff. TMI, I'll not go into a lot of detail, but ever since I was like diagnosed with anxiety, honestly, I'm really squinting, I'm sorry. A couple of years ago, I got generalised anxiety disorder, which is fine, fine, is what it is. I take medication, I've had therapy, and I do loads of stuff to help with that, but sometimes a physical symptom of that is quite a lot of like stomach issues. I've had them for a couple of years, but see, the last few months it's been getting quite bad, and it's normally quite heightened when I'm in the office and I don't have access to like my own bathroom and things. Feel free to skip forward this health chat. Anyway, got quite bad during the week a couple of times, so spoke to the doctor on Thursday on the phone, and so I'm they're doing some tests. So I've got blood tests next Friday. I've supplied other stuff, and I've got medication just now to help, which I think's so I think what they're doing is looking for any inflammatory like bowel disease first, whilst in the meantime giving me medication to help with IBS symptoms, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, because I get all the bloating and all that, and it can be really painful and then also quite embarrassing. Anyway, so that was because I had what felt like really bad flare-ups on Wednesday and Thursday after I came in work and on my journey home. I was absolutely exhausted. So I was in bed Wednesday and Thursday at like 8 and slept right through and slept till 7 AM, which is not like me. So clearly my stomach's having some stuff, but apparently IBS like symptoms, I'm not diagnosing myself, but those symptoms are quite common with anxiety, stress. I'm not feeling any more anxious than normal, but you know, I could be. But also like in age can also be a symptom of like perimenopause, and it can also, because oh sorry, this is a health chat, feel free to skip past, but because I no longer have a spleen, I have my spleen removed, which means I'm immunocompromised, means that I take daily antibiotics. It's part of the treatment for that, to try and help like just by the fact my immune system's compromised. So obviously if you take antibiotics all the time, it's not great for your good gut bacteria. Antibiotics are amazing for killing off bad gut bacteria, but in the same instance it can't determine. So obviously by nature I take antibiotics every day, which I need to do because I don't have a spleen. It does mess with your gut, and your gut's all connected to mental health anyway. Long story short, I'm getting tests done and I'm on medication just now for IBS symptoms. I need to take 3 a day, I think. But so far yesterday I had, do you know what's funny, because I'm waking up going, how's my stomach, is it bloated, is it sore? I'm trying not to do that because obviously that's just all connected to you worrying about it. But yesterday was a good day. I didn't have any major stomach issues. A wee bit of kind of, again, that's probably just from a week, and so far today. So obviously I tend not to drink a lot of caffeine or anything like that, so it's mostly decaf. So this week, apart from like being really busy with work and other stuff, and I've been a bit wiped, if I'm honest, a bit wiped just with all that. But at least I feel, you know, it's sad times when you kind of feel like, oh, my doctor took me seriously and I feel validated. Just getting all the tests done. So wait and see, but in the meantime we've got medication to help. And someone told me about peppermint oil capsules, which are supposed to be quite good as well. So I'm going to try that. Anyway, long story short, because of that week, I'm just going to have a relatively, I say quiet one. You know me, or if you don't, I don't know how to have a quiet one. By a quiet one, I might just be tootering around in my house, but I'll be doing chores, I'll be gardening, I'll be baking, I'll be reading books, I'll be chatting to yous, I'll be going to the shops, I'll be walking the dogs. That's my idea of chill, because I don't know how to properly chill. Apart from this time in the morning when everybody else is asleep, including the doggos, and I'm having some coffee and I'm reading my books. That's my chill time, early morning. I try and do it in the evening, right when I go to bed with a book, but I always fall asleep. Anyway, on to the bit that you're mostly interested in, which is books I'm reading. So at this moment in time, on my Kindle, actually I've got it as well, is I'm reading Christina Henry now. Where is it? Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of them here. I read Near the Bone, which is really good. It's a really good winter horror thriller, so I recommend that. And then the others that I've got are Lost Boy, Alice and the Girl in Red, which are like dark takes on fairy tales, which I've still not read. I might add that to pick one of these books that I should read. Which, if you missed my last video, it was a couple of you kindly suggested, like when I was doing my reorganisation, my shelves, I was exposed for a number of books that I haven't read. So I think each month I'll come to you and that video is still there, so there's still time to choose from. So I picked 10 random ones from my shelves. All of the ones that I've not read are still on my shelves because I want to read them. And I'm like getting you to collectively vote on 2 that I'll definitely read in June. There seems to be a few favourites coming out in those comments, so yeah, we'll see which one I'll pick. I'll let you know though. Anyway, how did I get onto that? Oh, the number of books I haven't read there. So I'm reading this one, which I'm really enjoying. It says... I'm reading it actually because I've got it from NetGalley as well. So a clever twisty thriller full of mystery, horror. So I've not read the full blurb because it's like 3 stories of 3 women characters, and I'm only on the first one, so I'm about a third in, and it says, well, where's it? There was a bit of blurb that says 3 women. Stroke my glasses. I don't know. Oh yeah, here it is. 3 women, 3 stories, only one way out, right? So I kind of don't want to jump on ahead on the blurb in the back to the, like, Ali and Maggie are the other women, that's all I know, but I don't know about their stories. So at the moment I'm only in Cecilia's story, and it says, Cecilia wakes up in a house that isn't hers. She doesn't recognise her husband or the little girl who claims to be her daughter. She tries to remember who she was before, because she's certain that this life, the little family-run restaurant she owns, the gossipy small town she lives in, is not hers. So that's what I'm absolutely immersed in, and I'm like, I'm really enjoying it, because she's just like having these like flashbacks going like, I don't know you, or like her, and you're hearing her like, something's not right here. And then her husband, she hears talking to her friend, her best friend, going, don't worry, we'll sort it, she'll forget, or something like that, I can't remember. So she like, so they know, so she's kind of like, they know that I'm not who I am, and she's not recognising any of the people and feeling nothing towards them. And then intermittently she's like, am I imagining this? Is there something wrong with me? Are people watching me? It's so good. So you're hearing, but in between times, this is what I don't know how they're connected. In between times, you're getting these bits, right, which looks like some sort of internet chat room. So you're getting people's handles, like Mystery Bukov and Poirot's girl, and they're talking. They're normally at the start of each chapter, and they're talking about murder mystery books, right? So you get this one where Poirot's girl says, ever notice how there are always like 15 people with a motive, but the cops only pay attention to one person? So they're talking about like murder mysteries and what they like around them or what they don't. And then it goes into Celia's story. It's so fascinating. I do love Christina Henry's writing. I have no idea where this is going. I did like very lightly start this, I think, in the last weekend's reading blog, so I'm getting stuck more into that just now, so I'll keep you posted on that. And the reason I hadn't got further is because I was trying to read Daphne du Maurier's My Cousin Rachel. That's how much I've got since last weekend. It's not good, is it? Now, caveat, I don't think it's the writing. I loved Rebecca, I love The Birds by Daphne du Maurier. I think it's just more my head. I tend not to gravitate towards classics very often, and I feel like this one is written in a very classic way. I mean, obviously it was written in, when was it written? 1951. Okay, so it's not written that long ago. I'm just really struggling with it, and I don't know why. I'm putting, it's not a hard DNF though, so I'm kind of putting it aside, and I might pick it up, which means I was supposed to read it for today, which is Lauren the Book's Patreon book club, but clearly that's not happening. So I'll join the book club discussion anyway, and even if there's kind of spoilers, and I might go back to it, it's maybe just the way my head is just now, not feeling engaged, or it's a bit more hard work for my brain. I don't know. Anyway, if any of you have read it and think carry on, or just like don't bother, let me know in the comments. And then another one I'm still reading, but I'm much further in and really enjoying it, is The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor. I was supposed to be doing this, it's kind of like a buddy read, but I'm way behind. As always, because I'm trying to read too many books at once. That always happens to me. This is giving me creepy vibes. So we've got Reverend Jack Brooks. She's moved to a new village, parish, somewhere in England with her daughter. And you start to find out stuff about the previous Reverend. I think he took his own life, but why? And then there's links to this village having links to the Burning Girls, known as the Martyrs, back in like, is it 18th century, or maybe longer than that, when Queen Mary? Apologies, Mary, if it wasn't you, Queen. In this, where young Protestant girls were killed. Anyway, and plus then there's decades later, like not that long ago, 2 young girls have gone missing, and then there's loads of kind of weird things happening around the church, and the Reverend herself, you know that there's a bit of a hidden past. Like, I think she's running away from someone, but I'm not sure. So good. I'm really enjoying it. And then another, which I started on Monday, and I'm going between it on paperback and audio because of the colloquialism. Well, to be fair, I can read it because it's very, I would probably say closest to kind of Glaswegian, but it's set in Lanarkshire, which our town's just outside Glasgow, like 15 minutes outside Glasgow. So but it's kind of like, if anyone's ever read Trainspotting, so Trainspotting's set in Edinburgh, which is the east coast of Scotland, and this is kind of central west, so very similar in the way it's written, so it can take your head if you're not used to that kind of colloquialism and slang. But it's called The Young Team by Graeme Armstrong. So this came out ages ago. I say ages ago, when was it? 2021 or 2020 or 2021, right? And got mega acclaim. Like, it does say, an instant Scottish classic, a swaggering incendiary debut, raw and lyrical, fizzes off the page. It's kind of seen as like the latest sort of Armstrong's hard-hitting novel is Trainspotting for a new generation, so it's very of that ilk. The non-standard English forges a dazzling poetry of its own. The young team pitches Armstrong straight into the first division of Scottish writers, a landmark Scottish literature. And actually, I think now, when I've spoken to a few people in work who've read this, I think it's now part of the school curriculum in Scotland. Like, if you're in high school and doing English, this is one of the books they get to read, and it's brutal, but the language in the one, it's amazing though. I'm absolutely hooked. So it says 2005, Scotland is named European murder capital, driven by violent territorial gangs and knife culture. In the housing schemes of nearby Lanarkshire, Scotland's former industrial heartland, wee boys become postcode warriors. 2004, Azzy Williams joins the young team YTP, a brutal gang conflict with their deadly rivals, the Young Toy YTB, begins. So gangs are a thing in kind of west central Scotland. I don't see it, I'm not exposed to it. That's not the kind of culture I grew up in. But as with any kind of major city, I mean, Glasgow is Scotland's largest city, you have pockets of, as you would in any other. So this really hones down onto young boys, and especially I think when you find like young boys trying to find their sense of belonging, even if they grow up in decent families, but also if they don't, that gives them a sense of belonging. So it really is great at looking at gang culture in the early noughties. Well, so that's, it kind of jumps back between early noughties and kind of mid 2000. So, because it says 2012, as he dreams of another life, he faces his toughest fight of all, the fight for a different future. And it says, expect buckfast, expect bravado, expect street philosophy, expect rave culture, expect anxiety, expect addiction, expect a serial facial injury every 6 hours, expect murder, hope for a way out. This is phenomenal. It's not for everyone, just in the same way Trainspotting by Irvine Welsh is not for everyone. I loved that when it came out. Weirdly, it took me longer to get into the colloquial written language of Trainspotting because it's an East Coast, Edinburgh side language, which is quite different. This one is very much Glaswegian, so like, and because it's like I would have been mid-20s when this is set, so not of that age. I was probably more of that age in the 90s, that the character, so it's fictional, but it's kind of based a lot on Graeme Armstrong's own life. He now does a lot of talks in schools. He's done documentaries about gang culture to try and do a lot of work to help teachers and policymakers understand gang culture and what they can do and help young people get out of gang culture. It's so good, like so good. I'll be finishing it this weekend, but this is going to be a 5-star for me. It's brutal, like some of the scenes are just really harrowing. In the same instance, you see a sense of brotherhood and friendship in the gangs, despite how terrifying. Like, they're thinking they're going to get beat up every, like, you know, but you hear like Azzy, who's the main character in this, just hope for a different life at some point. In the same instance, some of the stuff, so a lot of them into the kind of dancing, so like house music, trance music, which has always been kind of pretty big in the central belt of Scotland since the 90s maybe, which was a scene I was totally into, but not quite at this time. And with that scene comes a lot of drug culture, drug use, like party drugs. And so some of the descriptions of when they go to big raves of taking drugs, as well as when he starts to want to come off drugs, is so poetic, so poetic. It's like, and just like, you can, like, if you've never taken party drugs or anything like that, that's not a world that you've ever been exposed to. I was like, it's like he takes you there. It's so well done. And I'm reading this with my friend on Bookstagram, and she's Welsh, so this is, you know, but she's loving it. So anyway, feel like I'm already giving it a review, but that's where I'm at. So at the moment I'm going to read this one in bed with my coffee just now, and then I'll come back and give you some updates. What am I doing today? Well, it looks like it'll be dry, so mow the lawn and maybe try and finish the side fence, which separates me and my wee side fence with the neighbour, because I started that during the week, Tuesday maybe, and then it rained for the rest of the week, so I've not been able to do that. Then I'm going to go to my local fruit and veg shop because it's been open for a while and I haven't gone there, so I feel like I need to get some good fruit and veg stomach, so I might take you along there. And what else do I need to do? Oh, walking the dogs. You haven't seen the doggos yet, so get them in. I've changed their collars today to a kind of summery vibe, so let's see. And there was something else I need to do. It's gone out of my mind. Can't remember. I don't get paid till next week, so I'm staying on the LD. Anyway, hope you enjoy what comes, which is pretty unplanned. Yay! Well, I might go for a run. I knew I was going to go for a run at some point. It's a cloudy day, but it's dry. So this is something I'll show you. So Patty can't, because of how long she is, get down the stairs. She once tried and fell, so now she just waits to get carried. Don't you? Excuse my laundry. Right, let me carry you. Come here. Patty, come here. Patty. She comes and then she rolls over. She thinks it's a game. Patty. Come here. Right, well, I'm going to try and lift you. Alright. Excuse. Right, I get that bit out. So there we are. See us? Try and do this without me carrying Patty down. And I'm being very careful. Step at a time. Also my washing. So carry her down the stairs that way, and then She jumps onto the couch and can get her own way out. Oh. So I'm going to sit with my coffee and listen to the birds. Where's Patty gone? There you are. Wee sniff sniffs. Hello. I've been for my morning run and hence I'm still a bit post-run looking. So just threw on my fleece and then I've came out to do my fruit and veg shop, and the wee fruit and veg, which also did flowers, no longer does fruit and veg, only does flowers. So I just crossed the road from it is a Polish supermarket, because where I live has quite a large Polish community. So I thought, oh, go in there and see if they've got, well, they had some really great fruit and veg. So I've got some stuff, got some amazing rye bread. Show you that later. But wait to see this snack. Like, they look like giant pretzels, but they're said something bagel. Anyway, look to the back. To be fair, my Polish is shockingly bad, but it said it was vegan. I'll be having a bit of that later. Got some nice fruit and some potatoes. I really need to look into their pickled stuff, because I do love pickled stuff, and there's loads of jars in there. So anyone that knows anything about Polish food and what they would recommend, I'm vegan, so nothing with like dairy or et al in it. So yeah, give me some recs. Anyway, and I need to go to one of the bigger supermarkets, which I'm a bit annoyed about, but anyway, to top up on some of the other basics. Well, after doing that food shop, which is fruit and veg, I am now covered in paint because I've been painting that things. So I did along that side in the front, and then take along some neighbours, and then they just need to do around that bit there. So I am covered in paint. Actually, this arm's worse, look. But I've been doing it whilst listening to a book called Wordslut, which is all about feminism and reclaiming the English language. It's actually really interesting. I borrowed it from the library, but I think, triple check, but I think it was written by the same author who wrote the book Cultish, that I really like, which is just about language and how Cultish is more than just, oh no, I've just wiped this. How it's more than about yeah, just how like Cultish is more than just about like religion or what we would stereotypically call cults, but that whether, you know, you can be cultish in the semantics and language used around following like brands or celebrities or any sort of thing, which I really enjoyed. So I highly recommend Cultish. But the one I'm currently reading just now, Wordslut, is just so good. It's so fascinating. If you've got any interest in language and how language has evolved to become gendered or to oppressive people, check this out. It's so fascinating. Anyway, I'm now going to mow the grass because tomorrow it's supposed to rain. So I'm trying to get that done just now, and then maybe go a bath because I'm a bit covered in paint. Sunday morning, it's very early and Lucy's just got back to get out her crate, having her pups. Hiya, Bubba. Lucy, look, my wee angel. I think I'm a wee angel. Oh. What do you bark for? To come up beside us in the morning. You might be 12, but you act like you're 2. Yeah. Take their collar off sometimes at bedtime. I don't know if it's like a woman taking a bra off. Is it? Do we know? Is it as comfortable as that? Oh, look. Oh. So this is the early morning time of the weekend where I get up. It's very early. It's not even 7 AM, is it? And I'll just about make my pot of coffee. And then
You and Patty will be upstairs lying beside me. Can you say hello to everybody? Can you say hello? Uh-oh. Anyway, you can go upstairs. Patty's not getting any food left. You're such a muncher. You go upstairs? You go upstairs? Well, come up. Come on. Up you go. No. You're not going upstairs? You're waiting for a chew, aren't you? Too early for chews. I'm making coffee and coming to bed to read. What do you want to read? Fun and Girls or Good Girls Don't Die? What do you want to read? Have a think about it. So, early morning, this is my routine. That's my recipe back journal. Let's make coffee. Morning! Well, since I last recorded, I have got up, actually dressed, so you're not going to be in my pyjamas for a change. I walked the doggos. They're scootering around my feet, hence why I'm looking down. I had my cereal, walked the doggos. It's a very wet day. Although it has actually stopped raining. I'm now on my second breakfast because I normally have porridge or oats, some people call it, or cereal, and then toast and mashed banana or something. And I've actually got some nice, don't know if you can see it, sorry, it's just mashed banana. My friend hates banana, so this may not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's rye bread with cranberry. I got it from the Polish supermarket. Suffice to say, I've got an audience for my breakfast. I've got a cup of green tea in my Dachshund mug. I really should get a bio one, shouldn't I, would say? No, you're not getting any. Honestly, they're going to be like that all the time. I'll move over there just now. So, what I've been doing, writing a list of things that I need to do today and tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm off work because it's a bank holiday weekend and don't normally get it rolled into my holidays, so I've taken it as a day off. The weather's not looking amazing, but I live in Scotland, what do I expect? So as long as there's some dry bits I can get stuck in at the garden. These two are looking at me like I've never fed them in their life. You've literally had a chew, your breakfast, and then an extra chew because it was Sunday. Anyway, I did get up then dressed and attempted to do some sort of curly thing with my hair. I'm not very good at these things. And now it just looks frizzy. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't know why. I just continually feel exhausted. I mean, I do a lot of that. Wait till you hear me to do, right? And this is why this might be why I get exhausted. Write book reviews, content plan for the next 2 weeks. Cross stitch, because I've not picked it up since ages ago. Menu plan, and eat food shop. For food, that's Lucy tit-tatting about. Need to hoover. Finish recording this vlog, although I might go into tomorrow since it's a holiday weekend, so you're going to get more of my face for a bit longer. I need to do some TikToks. It's Waterstone's double points weekend, so I was going to add in some pre-orders because I'm skint, so I can't afford to buy any more books. Talking of skint, right? Skint, is that a widely used English word? As in, like, I use it to say I've got no money. I've ran out of my money. No, as in it's payday not till next week. And what's happened? Our dishwasher's broke, but we've spent quite a few £100, etc. doing the garden stuff that we hadn't accounted for our dishwasher breaking. So when I get paid next week, we need to do some budgeting, because guess what? I don't have a wee pocket of savings sitting there that I can just tap into, because I think we used it for the garden. Ripsy, so can't justify buying books. But pre-orders don't count and I still get double points, so anyway, woe is me. I'm still better off than a lot of people, so then I need to do budgeting, maybe tomorrow. I've put new TV shows. Why did I need to write that down as something? The Fallout is something I want to watch. I want to make banana bread or banana muffins. Clean the bathroom. Washing. Catch up with my social media chats, so catch up with you guys. Maybe squeeze in yoga. And I need to get my friend's birthday gift because it's her birthday on the 1st of June. Lucy, stop tap dancing. Honestly, wait to see these two. Like, you're not getting a bit of my toast? Well, I probably will, but I can't give it up from here because that just encourages said behaviour. Anyway, I don't know what it is. I know, like, my stomach just last week really proper wiped me. So I don't know if that's a side effect of medication I'm on, or just getting up too early, or perimenopause, or I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, books. You don't want to hear me moan. Books. Finished The Young Team last night by Graeme Armstrong. He actually grew up and lived in an area close where I'm from. Well, not from. An area close to where I live. Not too far. I'm from originally closer to like Bala, Loch Lomond way. So I was reading, so I'll read you this. Did I read it? Oh no, I read the synopsis to you before, didn't I? Yes. God, my memory. Anyway, utterly phenomenal. Like, it's written in very colloquial language, so it's not for everyone. It's very gritty. So it's not, it talks about gang culture, of which is a lot in the Central Belt, West Coast of Scotland, just as in with any big city and towns around. You're not getting any, Lucy. And it talks about being in that culture, like the Young Team is what their gang's called, YTP, and there's lots of cussing words, because that's just part of the grown up as an ed, which is kind of like, what would you call that in America or whatever, like a young teenagers who are a bit wide, but like we would say a total bam or an ed, which means that they're probably cutting about, causing trouble, doing drugs, not always in poverty but often in poverty, and their gang is their sense of belonging. There's so much in this about gang culture, about why young kids or guys like Azzy, who's in this, and all his friends are in a gang. That sense of belonging, that sense of like, it's kind of all you know. The lack of hope, the despair, the loss of life of some of the young people. But there is kind of, as it says here, hope for a way out. It's just, I'm doing this in utter disservice. I don't know how to put into words how good this is. This gives me like, and I highly agree, it's like Trainspotting for the new generation. That's exactly what it gave me. It said Trainspotting set in the East Coast, so like Edinburgh, Leith Way. This is very much Central Belt, West Coast, near Glasgow. Phenomenal. I actually think for anyone that struggles with getting into colloquial language, probably listening to it, but again, some people might need translation. Don't you dare bark at me. Audacity. No, away, move. Come on, move. You're not getting any. I don't want a fight kicking out because you're wanting some of my toast. So rude. You aren't getting any. You don't bark at people for that. That was my mum boss voice. Stop it. Anyway, The Young Team, amazing. I think he's done some BBC documentaries about gang culture and now goes into schools and talks to young people and teachers, because teachers made a big difference to him in his life. Highly recommend. phenomenal. I need to find a different word for phenomenal. And then I'm currently reading The Burning Girls. I've only got 100 pages to go. And look, the wage is starting to come down, so they might get distracted by him making his breakfast as opposed to me and my toast. So really enjoying this. It's a really good thriller, short chapters, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of subplots. A lot of subplots and characters, and I'm getting a bit confused at sometimes, but I'm really enjoying like I'm flying through it. I've only got 100 pages left, so I'll hopefully finish it this weekend and let you know. I mean, there's local church, small village vibes, kind of the myths or legends, or are they true, of the Burning Girls from many centuries ago. Then Missing Girls from like a couple of decades ago, and then the vicar, or no, it's not a vicar, she's a priest, I can't remember, I don't really know how it all works. In the small village is also got a past where she has someone looking for her. So pigeon, sorry, fly. Going to my bird seed. So there's so many subplots right now, I have no idea where this is going to go. So short chapters, really. I do feel like it goes to 408 pages. I do wonder if it could be a tad shorter, but unconfirmed because I've not got to the end yet. So I'll let you know, because I'll finish this one today, I think. I'll let you know. Anyway, I've got to go and eat my toast, drink my tea without getting attacked by the two doggos. Cheeky monkeys are just staring at me. Well, I've not got through any of my to-do. So far, I had 2 naps. Well, I said I was feeling quite tired, so about 11:30, 12. Excuse me, put my head down, had a wee nap, woke up. Made myself some baked beans on toast with the nice, got some nice bread from the Polish supermarket, so I had that as my lunch. Then I sat down to read my book, The Burning Girls, and I'm going to finish it this afternoon, but I keep falling asleep and it's no recollection of the book. I'll let you see. Patty cakes. Patty! Say hello! Say hello! Say hello! Look at you with your wee bow tie on! You're so cute! Ah! Jumpy, jumpy! I could hear her jumping. I think that means she wants in the camera or on the floor. Anyway, I don't know if it's just because I'm having a very tired day and like really exhausted. Or, you know how sometimes if you sleep, it makes you more sleepy? Like if you sleep, I don't know what sleeping in is. Anyway. I shall finish The Burning Girls. It's getting really good. And me falling asleep is nothing to do with it. Like my daytime reading, apart from early morning, is very limited. Normally because I'm doing, well, it's not, that's a lie. It's normally audio based because I'm rushing around doing stuff. So I have started, hold on, I'll get it for you. I started this on audio because I requested it on audio from the library. This one. Oh, I'm so like a sloth today. Brotherless Night. And I just started it and it sounds really interesting and a subject I know nothing about, shamefully. And it says, 16-year-old Sashi wants to become a doctor, but over the course of the next decade, as a vicious civil war tears through her hometown of Jaffna, her dreams spin off course as she sees those around her, including her 4 beloved brothers and their best friend, get swept up in violent political ideologies and their consequences. Desperate to act, she must ask herself, is it possible for anyone to move through life without doing harm? I mean, not just only this cover. You've got It Blurred by Britt Benet and Celeste Ding. So I'm a bit close to the camera for you. Beautiful, heartbreaking, blazingly brilliant. And it was shortlisted. It was long listed, and I think it's also shortlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction. So I got that on Libby. Well, I actually got it out of the library, and then had at the same time had requested it. I think it's due back soon. Next Friday. So I should finish it then. Lauren the Books Book Club. Online book club, which was supposed to happen tonight, isn't. It's happening next Sunday. But I hadn't finished the book. I was just gonna like, okay, I've not finished the book and just turn up for book club anyway. But the extra week means I probably could, because it's My Cousin Rachel by Daphne Maurier. So I've got this so squint. I'm doing this all the time to you, like. Anyway, do you notice? I don't know. Did I say I'm making banana bread? Well, I've got a banana bread recipe. I'm going to make them into muffins. The OH is a way to get his spring COVID vaccine. So I thought I'll make this while he's out. What was I saying? Yeah, so My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. Struggling to get into it, and I think it's maybe the period of time that it's set. It's very kind of early 19th century, it feels like. I could be wrong. Is this 1.5? 1.5. Bicarb soda. So, and because I was reading other thrillers that I was quite into, and then The Young Teen, which is very modern day Glaswegian, sort of colloquial. I think it was jarring when I was reading it, so I'll just make sure I'm putting bicarb soda in there. Half a cup of sugar. Anyway, this is a vegan recipe I got ages ago. Oh, there's half a cup of yogurt. Don't have any. I might double up 2 ripe bananas. Sorry, I'm reading. This is really boring for you. I'm reading the recipe and talking out loud. I don't know where my head is at this weekend. It's not working properly. Don't look in my fridge. It's a mess. Oh, forgot I had these. I was thinking, oh, I want something sweet with a wee cup of tea. I'll make cake. I have got these. Oh, someone gave them, I think. Deliciously Ella chocolate orange dipped almonds, but he doesn't like chocolate orange. All the more for me. All the more for me. Yeah, anyway, so there appears to be half a cup of soy yogurt in this, and I don't have soy yogurt, so I might yogurt texture more than applesauce, do you think? Oh, my agave nectar slows on that. Like that. Sticky. Do you ever get agave nectar? It's like, it's from the agave plant. It just looks like and tastes like honey. And so I think when it's been on its thingy, it's leaked. Do you ever get like that? It's always my agave nectar or my balsamic that leaks at the bottom. Anyway, first world problems. I'm going to make a cup of tea. So, one of you lovely people, wish I'd remembered before I started saying this out loud. Oh my god, these are lovely. So you like chocolate orange? Oh, don't look at my terrible nails. Oh, okay. Num num. Oh, this could be totally addictive. What am I talking about? This light. Let there be light! I'm just rambling at you today. Okay, this one will be. See what happens when we have a very rainy day. It gets really dull. The slowest way to add apple sauce to a cup, as opposed to just pouring it in, I'm doing it by tasting. I'm so inefficient today. I'll switch that off. What am I making a cup of tea while I'm recording for? Getting the coffee, the kettle noise on. I'm not with it today. Maybe we'll do half, and then a wee bit of half, and then do the same with the oat milk. I'm just making this up now. And because the dishwasher's broke, I need to wash this. Anyway, I'll carry on and I'll listen to a bit of Brotherless Night. Oh, my audiobooks here. So it's a bit of a rainy Sunday, but Little Rach got me this happy bugs. So it's like wildflowers, so I'm going to sow them over there. And I thought, oh, it's a wee bit rainy, but it might be alright. Anyway, look, get a wee magnifying glass with it. So then I can show you how the wildflowers look. Anyway, I think it's relatively easy. So rake water, and I thought, well, it's already raining, so there's my water. And I also finished the Burning Girls. I'll tell you about that later. I just spent the last 5 minutes talking to my phone without pressing the record button. Is my arm now killing me? Yes. It's one of those days. Well, I'm sitting here with my rain jacket on because I'm just in the door. I'm about to do a bit of a warm up and get changed and go for a run. Though it looks like it's just started raining, which is fabulous. It's been one of those days. 1 minute it's chucking it down and the next minute it's sunshine. So I don't think it knows what it's doing. But I finished the Burning Girls this weekend. I'm going to have to put here on my arm because like literally I've just spoke at my phone for the last 5 minutes and not been recording. Anyway. The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor. This is not a good angle, but my arm's sore, so work with me here. A solid 4 out of 5 stars. Why wasn't it 5? It did feel like it was going on for a while, but in saying that, it's not like it was slow in any shape or form because the short chapters, it was super bingeable. There's just so many subplots, so I think I felt like there were so many like loose ends. I was like, how are these all coming together? I was starting to lose track in some of them because there were so many characters. That might just be me, to be fair, but I like the kind of religious cultural cult vibes with some historical, like what's behind the kind of previous reverend and then this current reverend in the local town. Like what's connection there. Apparently the last one had taken their own life.
And then there's the myth or the urban legend about the burning girls, who are young girls who were burned by Mary, Queen of someone, centuries ago. So there's that story, as well as like the new reverend and her daughter that move in, and what backstory she's got, because everybody's got secrets and it's a very small town. Don't get me wrong, it was a good page turner, but there seemed to just be a lot going on. I believe there's an adaptation though, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. So I have read quite a few books this weekend, so that's been quite good. Today I have been hoovering and cleaning. I still need to change the beds, got some washing on, walking the doggos, and about to go a run and then take the doggos a walk, and then I need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner because I haven't thought about that yet. But I have to say, 3-day weekends are the future. 3-day weekends. It just feels like you have enough time to chill, as well as get like the adult and chores done. You know, all the stuff that you can't get round to when you're working during the week or have other responsibilities. Anyway, yesterday ended up being much lazier than planned. But I think I needed that. So today I've been catching up with myself, and I am going to, after this video, record the video that comes before this one, because I kind of always seem to do it around the ways. So I'll talk to you about my June TBR, some of which you have picked, so thank you. And then someone's commented asking for maybe some summer reading recs, so that's one that I'm going to start having a think about, making some notes on, and hopefully record next weekend as well, because I think that would be quite a good one. I've got a few that have popped into my head, so I'm trying to come up with some notes and ideas for some future videos for you, so all suggestions welcome, anything in particular I want to see. And yeah, that's been my weekend. Thanks for spending it with me as always. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and if you want to see more of these, please do please do subscribe if you don't already. Every one of you is appreciated. Thank you so much, and if I haven't come back to your comments yet, I am coming. Don't you worry. Anyway, until next time, see you later.